Greetings, welcome to my channel. We're going to return, as we return, we're going to start with Proverbs chapter 4, the title of Father's Instruction, and we may even get into chapter 5, Pitfalls of Morality. All right. So these are very powerful chapters. With that, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Hashem Yahushua, our Lord and Savior. Double honors and respect to the elders, apostles, and teachers of Great Millstone, and great respect to the believers that have the word of Yahushua, who the word is made flesh and has promised to return for the remnant of Israel and redeem the elect who are preordained to receive forgiveness and mercy with daily remission of sin, and the belief in the report shown us by his servants, the prophet. I'm not a member of Great Millstone. However, I attend daily to the videos and online classes to receive instruction and edification from the Lord's prophets. I encourage anyone that has found my site to do so as well. I pray that if any of the GMS prophets, instructors, and teachers that happen to view my content provide whatever necessary rebuke, corrections, or confirmation on my channel so that my fellow viewers may gain edification in truth and brotherly love. Shalom. With that, let's get started. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Chapter 4, A Father's Instruction. Hear ye, children, the instruction of a father, and attend to no understanding, for I give you good doctrine. Forsake ye not my law, for I was my father's son, tender and only beloved in the sight of my mother. He taught me also and said to me, let thine heart retain my words, keep my commandments, and live. Get wisdom and understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is a principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor, and when thou dost embrace her, she shall give to thine head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory shall she deliver to thee. Hear, O my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of thy life shall be many. Salaki. It's going to rain, and I want my dogs to start barking. Call Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. I really like it when it rains. The air smells so fresh, even in spite of all the Kim films, Kim lines that Esau likes to press in the air. All right, with that, Proverbs 4:11. I have taught thee in the way of wisdom. I have led thee in right paths. When thou goest, thy steps shall not be straitened, and when thou runnest, thou shalt not stumble. Take fast hold of instruction. Let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it. Pass not by it. Turn from it, and pass away. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away, unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more into the perfect day. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. My son, attend to my words. Incline thine ears unto my sayings. Let them not depart from thine eyes. Keep them in the midst of thine heart. For they are life unto those that find them, and health to all their flesh. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Put away from thee a froward mouth, and perverse lips put far from thee. Let thine eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight before thee. Ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established. Turn not to the right nor to the left. Remove thy foot from evil. All right. All right. Let's now let's go to the Good News translations. Okay, let me show my screen. Okay, now Proverbs chapter 4, translation from the Good News translations. My children, listen to what your father teaches you. Pay attention and you will have understanding. What I'm teaching you is good, so remember it all. When I was a little boy, my parents' only son, my father would teach me. He would say, remember what I say and never forget it. Do as I tell you and you will live. Get wisdom and insight. Do not forget or ignore what I say. Do not abandon wisdom, and she shall protect you. Love her, and she will keep you safe. Getting wisdom is the most important thing you can do. Whatever else you get insight. Love wisdom, and she will make you great. Embrace her, and she will bring you honor. She will be your crowning glory. Listen to me, my child. Take seriously what I am telling you, and you will live a long life. I have taught you wisdom and the way to live. Nothing will stand in your way if you walk wisely, and you will not stumble when you run. Always remember when you have learned. Always remember what you have learned. Your education is your life. Guard it well. Do not go where evil people go. Do not follow the example of the wicked. Don't do it. Keep away from evil. Refuse it and go on your way. Wicked people cannot sleep unless they've done something wrong. They lie awake unless they have hurt someone. Wickedness and violence are like food and drink to them. The road and the righteous travel is like the sunrise, getting brighter and brighter until the daylight has come. The road of the wicked, however, is dark as night. They fall but cannot see what they have stumbled over. My child, pay attention to what I say. Listen to my words. Never let them get away from you. Remember them and keep them in your heart. They will give life and health to anyone who understands them. Be careful how you think. Your life is shaped by your thoughts. Never say anything that isn't true. Have nothing to do with lies and misleading words. Look straight ahead and with honest confidence. Don't hang your head in shame. Plan carefully what you do, and whatever you do will turn out right. Avoid evil and walk straight ahead. Don't go one step off the right way. Okay? Now that was powerful. Now within that meaning, there are some that the with translations and they go deeper than what I'm going to go currently. Just going to a certain level, okay? Because I want you to understand. And later on, after you've taken this in, we eventually, as your understanding uncovers, then we'll go a little further. Remember, I am just the beginning. We're just reading here. We're just reading the Bible. Okay? Now, let's go to, we're going to go to 5. Okay? But first we're going to start with the King James Version. Okay, the title is Proverbs 5, Pitfalls of Immorality. My son, attend to my wisdom and bow thine ear to mine understanding. that thou mayest regard discretion and keep, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman drops as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. But her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps take hold on hell. Lest thou shouldst ponder the path of life, her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. Hear me, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Remove thy way from her, and come not nigh the door of her house, lest thou give thine honors unto others, and thy years unto the cruel. Let strangers be filled with thy wealth. Let strangers be filled with thy wealth, and thy labors be in the house of a stranger. And thou mourn at the last, when thy flesh and thy body are consumed, and say, how have I hated instruction, and my heart despised reproof, and not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined my ear to them that instructed me. I was almost in all evil in the midst of congregation and assembly. Drink waters out of thine own cistern, and running waters out of thine own well. Let thy fountains be dispersed abroad, and rivers of water in the streets. Let them be only thine own, and not strangers with thee. Let thy fountains be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of thy youth. Let her be as the loving hind and pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times, and be thou ravished always with her love. And why wilt thou, my son, be ravished with a strange woman, and embrace the bosom of a stranger? For the ways of men are before the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh, and he pondereth all things. His own iniquity shall take the wicked himself, and he shall be holden with the cords of his sin. He shall die without instruction, and in the greatness of his folly he shall go astray. And that's a powerful. All right. Okay, now let's get that in the new translation. Share screen. All right. It is in Proverbs, the 5th chapter, the new Good News translations. My child, pay attention and listen to my wisdom and insight. Then you will know how to behave properly, and your words will show that you have knowledge. The lips of another man's wife may be as sweet as honey, and her kisses as smooth as olive oil. But when it is over, she leaves you nothing but bitterness and pain. She will take you down to the world of the dead. The road she walks is the road to death. She does not stay and does not realize what is happening. Now listen to me, sons, and never forget what I am saying. Keep away from such a woman. Don't ever others will gain the respect that you once had, and you will die young at the hands of merciless. Belong to someone else. You will lie groaning on your deathbed, your flesh and muscles being eaten away, and you will say, why would I never learn? Why would I never let anyone correct me? I wouldn't listen to my teachers. I paid no attention to publicly disgraced. Be faithful to your own wife, and give your love to her alone. Children that you have had by other women will do you no good. Your children shall grow up to help you, not strangers. So be happy with your wife, and find your joy with the woman you married. Pretty and graceful as a deer, let her charms keep you happy. Let her surround you with her love. Son, why should you give your love to another woman? Why should you prefer the charms of another man's wife? The Lord sees everything you do. Whatever you do, he is watching. The sins of the wicked are trapped. They got caught in the net of their own sin. They died because they have no self-control. Their utter stupidity will send them to their grave. That's fire. That is absolute fire. And, but however, I know we've accomplished our goal, but let's do one more. Okay. Let's do 6. Okay. Now we're going to go back and start with the KGV. Share my screen. Right. 6. Parental Counsel. Proverbs 6. My son, if thou be surety for thy friend, if thou hast stricken thy hand with a stranger, thou art snared with the words of thy mouth. Thou art taken with the words of thy mouth. Do this now, my son, and deliver thyself. When thou art come into the hand of thy friend, go, humble thyself. Make sure thy friend, give not sleep to thine eyes, no slumber to thine eyelids. Let me read 6 again. Do this now, my son, and deliver thyself. When thou art come into the hand of thy friend, go, humble thyself, and make sure thy friend. Give not sleep to thine eyes, nor slumber to thine eyelids. Deliver thyself as a roe from the hand of the hunter, and as a bird from the hand of the fowler. Go to the ant that sluggers. Consider her ways and be wise, having no guideline, overseer, or ruler. Provideth her meat in the summer, and gathereth her food in harvest. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou rise out of thy sleep? Yet a little sheep, a little slumber, a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the arm of the hands to the sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that traveleth, and thy want as an armed man. A naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a froward mouth. He winketh with his eyes. He speaketh with his feet. He teaches with his fingers. Frowardness is in his heart. He deviseth mischief continually. He soweth discord. Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. These 6 things doth the Lord hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, the hands that shed innocent blood, and a heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be in running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. My son, keep thy father's commandment, and forsake not the law of thy mother. Bind them continually upon thy heart, and tie them about thy neck. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. And when thou wakest, it shall talk with thee. For the commandment is the lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instructions are the way of life. Keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of her tongue, of a strange woman. Lust not after her beauty in thy heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. For by the means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. Can a man take fire in his bosom, and his clothes not be burned? Can one go upon hot coals, and his feet not be burned? So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever touches her shall not be innocent. Men do not despise a thief, if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. But if he is found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house. But whosoever committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. A wound and a dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. But jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though they giveth him many gifts. Now that's pretty powerful. Okay, now let's go to the translation. Number 6, Proverbs 6, Good News Translation. My child, have you promised to be responsible for someone else's debts? Have you been caught up by your own words, trapped by your own promises? Well then, my child, you are in that person's power. But this is how to get out of it. Hurry to him, beg him to release you. Don't let yourself go to sleep or stop to rest. Get out of the trap like a bird or a deer escaping from a hunter. Lazy people should learn a lesson from the way ants live. They have no leader, chief, or ruler, but they store up their food during the summer, getting ready for winter. How long is the lazy man going to lie around? When is he ever going to get up? I'll just take a short nap, he says. I'll fold my hands and rest a while. But while he sleeps, poverty will attack him like an armed robber. Worthless, wicked people go around telling lies. They wink and make gestures to deceive you, all the while planning evil in their perverted minds, stirring up trouble everywhere. Because of this, disaster will strike them without warning, and they will be fatally wounded. There are 7 things that the Lord hates and cannot tolerate: a proud look, a lying tongue, hands that kill innocent people, a mind that thinks up wicked plans, feet that hurry off to do evil, a witness who tells one lie after another, and someone who stirs up trouble among friends. Son, do what your father tells you and never forget that your mother taught you. Keep their words with you always, locked in your heart. Their teaching will lead you when you travel, protect you at night, and advise you during the day. Their instructions are shining light. Their correction can teach you how to live. It can keep you away from bad women, from the seductive words of other women's wives. Don't be tempted by their beauty. Don't be trapped by their flirting eyes. A man can hire a prostitute for the price of a loaf of bread, but adultery will cost him all he has. Can you carry fire against your chest without burning your clothes? Can you walk on hot coals without burning your feet? It is just as dangerous to sleep with another man's wife. Whoever does it will suffer. People don't despise a thief if he steals food when he is hungry. Yet if he is caught, he must pay back 7 times. He must give up everything he has. But if a man commits adultery, doesn't have any sense, he's just destroying himself. He will be dishonored and beaten up. He will be permanently disgraced. A husband is never angrier than when he is jealous. His revenge knows no limit. He will not accept any payment, nor amount of gifts will satisfy him. So we went through 3 today, and I'm looking outside and the rain is coming. Lord is at work. So I pray that you have some understanding, and I recommend that you go back and re-listen to each one of these chapters, to get further understanding. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Okay. With that, all praise to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Ruach, Ruach, HaKadosh. I pray that this period of reading was edifying to you. And Bob, Kwame Sarala, and Bob, and Shalom. Moving on to the next.